Hello everyone, and happy Wednesday. We are over 200 episodes. This is 201. We're now on a fresh bit of road for the next chapter. I hope you're all doing good. It is Wednesday the 27th of August, which does mean normally it would be a Q&A episode. And why is it not a QA episode today? Honestly, it's because I planned this episode maybe 20 minutes ago in a complete and utter panic, hence why we're starting a bit late. And what I love about the topic is all about like starting the day good. And we almost could have started like 15 minutes late with this, right? So also last week was a bit of a Q&A because we were doing the 200th episode and things like that. Look, the reality is normally the last Wednesday of the month is a Q&A where there is no script, it gets thrown out the window, and then we just kick back and we chill. I have not prepared myself by preparing an actual show as opposed to not preparing a show at all, which feels like a bit of a contradiction. So technically, we could just make this a Q&A right now. I could just throw this topic out and go, you know what, next week. But no, we're going to go forward with this. A massive hello to everyone in the live chat. I hope you're doing good. And if you're watching on replay, hello to all of you as well. And thank you to all the wonderful wishes with the 200th episode last week. It was a good time. It was all right. It was good. You know, nothing overly planned. We just chilled. And to be honest, I was doom scrolling one night. I've been doing it quite a lot lately. And I saw a really interesting video about when you first wake up in the morning and the psychology of picking up your phone straight away. This is nothing new. We've talked about this on previous shows before about the importance of having like positive psychological momentum when you first wake up. But this in particular was the idea of like, what can you do to ensure that in the first 15 minutes of your day, you don't pick up your phone? And so that's what we're going to talk about today. Nice and simple. Nice easy one. But before all that, let's get some nice background music on, shall we? And, oh yeah. And let's say hello to those that are in the live chat. So, hello to Ryan. Ryan and I actually did a lucky trade earlier on Pokemon Go. And I did all right. I know many of you are not going to know what I'm talking about here with Pokemon Go. Started the show good with a topic that won't resonate with everyone, but, you know, this was good, and I'm really happy with it. So let me just show it on screen there. There we go. Look at that. Not bad, huh? Not bad. Well, it would actually help if I showed you the appraisal. But interestingly enough, it was caught in Utah. Does UT stand for Utah, yeah? Look at that, it's good IVs. Many of you don't play Pokemon and have no idea. Anyway, it was very good. Was that a remote raid you did, Ryan, to get that one? Let me know. Hello, Callie. Hello to you. How are you doing? Paradise Decay made me smile with this. For anyone that doesn't know why he's guessing 44, I think I know what the joke is. And it was when I was asking everyone to guess a number months ago, right? And everyone keeps guessing now. Hey, Mojo. Hope you are doing good. Hello. Looper. Hello to you, good sir. Hello. Chris in the purple house. Hello. I think that's the duration of O. Let's have a look. Hello to everyone. Silver Nexus, hello. Hello all. Glad to be with you. Glad to have you here with us as well. 8-bit MOS player says, I'm sensing a theme here. A themer? What's the theme? Good times. Good vibes. As people often like to say these days. App UK. Hey all. Hello to you. Popsicle, you missed last show. Did you watch it on replay though? You can watch it on replay. They're all up on there, so you can watch the box set of Myles Dyer Live. I do know people that tell me they listen to it like on their commutes, which I'm very flattered by because there are shows that I listen to on my commute, and I just think it's a very cool thing. I was never sure if this is the kind of show you would want to listen to, but then again, I sometimes at night listen to talk radio, and it is, even though they have people phone in, there's a lot of just like bumbling along on their own. So that can work too. So, yep. App UK says, what games have you been playing, MD? I've been playing on my new Switch 2, Zelda Breath of the Wild, BOTW, is amazing at 60 FPS. So, I haven't got a Switch 2, but I thought this could be the moment for me to jump in, because there's a lot of games, Zelda, Breath of the Wild, I never played. And this seems like the best way to play it. But there's I've still got Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. You know, the second chapter of one of my all-time favourite games. I bought it full price at £70 over a year ago. It was just after I lost my job. I was feeling depressed. Got 20 minutes into the game and I was like, I am not resonating with this. Is not resonating with me. I'm not clicking with it. And that shouldn't be how you feel about a game that you love so much. So I left it there. And do you know what? I might actually bring my Final Fantasy VII poster and put it here, and then put my Spider-Man poster downstairs. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do that for next week. Or do you feel that I should always keep it here? Is this a part of the brand? Will it look weird if I change it? I don't know. It could be cool. Salvador. Sup, Myles? Sup, everyone? Sup? What up? What up? Canic Tunes finally got here. Lovely to have you here. Ryan says, yeah, remote raid. We got extra candy for trading 2 mons that were caught far apart. How about that? That's good to know. That's good to know. Oh, and you fused it. I need to... So, I don't really want this to become a Pokemon Go show, because lots of you are not going to have any interest. If you fuse it with another Pokemon, what IVs? Do you keep that IV, and then the other Pokemon you're fusing it with just grabs that IV? Is there a benefit of them both having good IVs? For most of you, you're like, what are you on about with IVs? IVs are individual values, and in Pokemon Go, you have 3 IVs for a Pokemon, and they can be between 0 and 15, 0 being the worst, and 15 being the best. And they are for attack, defense, and HP, health points. And so, a hundo, which means like 100% IV, is if you get 15, 15, 15, if it's all maxed out. And that's what you're striving for. So when you look at that, I don't know what the percentage is, but it's kind of like, probably like, I think you said 93% or something, because there you go. I think that's what, 13, 15, 15, that's what it would be. So there we go anyway. You learned something today about Pokemon. There we go. You listen to a lot of LBC, especially overnight. You listen to Nick Abbott, who I once had a conversation with, and he was pretty amusing. I tried watching the replay, but it just wasn't the same. Missed the 200 live. Okay, look. For anyone that's watching or listening to this on replay, it's not the same as tuning in live. Because in live, you can be a part of the conversation. But, you know, if, like, live is incredible and not watching it isn't the same, but it's still like 80% of that incredibleness. Incredibleness, is that a word? We're going with it. We're going with it, people. You're still getting some level of incredibleness. There we go. Chris says, no, don't remove Spider-Man. Okay. Looper says, it feels like part of the brand, but a change could be good too. I feel like I might change it. The thing about the Final Fantasy one is it's like white with... I mean, I feel like I could get an image up showing it. Let me see if... Because then you guys can... If I can find the photo of it. Let's have a look here. Ooh. No, I can't find it on here. I'm not going to spend the whole episode looking it up. Big thank you to Mojo, who just gifted a 1 Myles Dyer membership. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. And Big Harry Marty, congratulations. Welcome back to the fam. Here we go, Ryan. Everyone who's wondering about the answer. It does keep the Necrozma. Oh, see, I've got a Pokemon, I don't even know how to say it. The Fusemon doesn't have any effect on the other. Okay, and it was 93%. There we go. I'm learning. Chrome Colossus is here. Hello to you. Hello, how you doing? App UK says, if the Steam VR headset, codenamed Deckard, is real, will you get it? I will, as long as I don't need a new PC. A rumour is going around that Valve are doing a console. Ooh. I've not really been following it very closely lately. I probably should do. P. King says, hi Miles, when is the long-awaited reunion with Ian Crossland? For those that don't know, Ian Crossland, old school YouTuber who I went to visit in Los Angeles back in 2007. We had a good time together. He now is, isn't he called Moonlord or something? Or is that a disparaging term from his detractors? I don't know. I think I've heard it. But anyway, he's a producer, I think, and a co-host for Tim Pool, for Timcast. And actually, Tim Pool, I actually used to know. I met him at a YouTube event. I was a really big fan of his with what he did during Vice News for Occupy Wall Street. And he wasn't happy with the YouTube event we were at. He felt it was just like overly left-leaning and very patronising to people with different political beliefs. I mean, I won't go into all of it now. I thought he had some points, but there was other disagreements. But that's what I really appreciate about our conversations, is we were able to have like really robust conversations about stuff. But yeah, I haven't spoken to him in ages. I should probably drop Tim a line sometime. But yeah, he's off doing massive things at the moment. And yeah, Tim Pool, I have to say, I'm not a fan of his trajectory. It's a real shame, but I don't mean that in a kind of patronising way towards him. Like, he's out there doing what he can. But yeah, I kind of like, I don't know. I'm just really curious to know what's going on in his head in terms of like, is he intentionally? There's oftentimes in discussions where I feel he's not being intellectually honest about stuff, but I don't know if he's doing that intentionally or if that is just his way of doing things. But anyway, that's a conversation for another time for sure. But yeah, Paradise, this is the last thing before we get to the main topic. Have you tried No Man's Sky with PSVR 2 and PSSR? I haven't yet. I saw the news today. We've been talking about it internally at Flat to VR Studios and Impact Reality, because we absolutely love Martin, who has been working on that at Hello Games. It's out now, is it? And have you tried it? Has anyone tried it? Let me know. Let me know. But anyway, the question was about Ian Crossland. I should drop him a line. I've still got his details. See if he wants to come on. I'd be really curious. Yeah, he was an actor, an LA actor when I first met him. Had a great voice, could sing. That was the first time I had medicinal marijuana. And I remember assuming that medicinal marijuana, because it's like cleaner, would be like weaker. And Jesus Christ, it was strong. It's out now. Okay, maybe I have to try it tonight. Maybe I have to try it tonight and see what it's like. I'm very, very, very curious. Cool. For anyone that is new to the show, we just hang out every Wednesday. But what I do is I cover VR. I used to live stream Let's Plays. They are long overdue. I am trying to find ways to get it working again. Loop says, I have very briefly. It didn't feel like night and day difference. I guess that's the problem, is when it starts getting that good, right? But yeah. That'd be cool. And obviously you need it's for the PlayStation Pro. But yeah, I cover VR. Obviously I work for Impact Reality and Flat to VR Studios. We're very, very busy behind the scenes working on a lot of projects. Some projects that could be just around the corner. But what is a corner? Is a corner weeks, months, or years? You know, depends who you ask. But yeah, I'm really, really excited to get some more games out there for people to enjoy, including myself. Although whether I have time to play them once they come out, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, always a good time. And just to say that, like, everyone is welcome in the chat. What I love about this chat, and I always say, the reason this show is so awesome, it's nothing to do with me. It's because of you. You, the viewer, you, the contributors in the live chat. Always a good time. And yeah. Popsicle says, PlayStation 6 is coming 2028, so pointless getting the Pro as it is marginally better. Yeah, I mean, in terms of getting it for VR, maybe. But in terms of for flat screen games, like I played Spider-Man 2 on the Pro, Jesus Christ, man. I mean, it already looked good, but being able to play Fidelity mode at 60 FPS is amazing. Absolutely incredible. So yeah. And to be honest, I think that people who would buy a Pro are those that are really into their tech and want to support stuff at the forefront. I think PlayStation have been very clear that the Pro is a way for them to lay the groundwork for features that are going to be on the PlayStation 6. So I'm happy to support that. I was asked by Red Rover, and by the way, I'm doing a bit of Q&A now, because why not? We always do a bit of Q&A at the start, but I'm happy to do it for this one. What do you do at Flat to VR Studios? Flat to VR is like the modding community in that. Super, super awesome. I am their director of social media. So I work with Impact Reality. It's their PR and marketing. So we support developers who want to launch their VR games. And so I work together with an incredibly talented content and social media team. And what we do is we check out the games. We think about like what about these games will resonate. And then we create content and social media strategy to get it out there. So we do that for external developers. Obviously at Flat to VR Studios, we have our own games. And so I work on the strategies for those games. And then at Impact Inked, it's our publishing arm. So there are games that we publish where we basically, similar to PR marketing, we do all that, except we have obviously a bit more of a stake in the game in the long term. So that will include things like Surviving Mars, we're publishing. That's been developed by Bolvark. Really, really excited about that game coming to PSVR 2. Postal 2 Redux, which is actually a flat screen game. So we've got our feet in the flat screen area as well, because obviously we're working on the VR one as well. So there we go. Chrome says maybe we should do the show and Myles can be in the chat. I think the show needs more focus on alien creature design. How about that? How about that? Oh my goodness, PS5 Pro for GTA 6. If it does have a version, it would be great. It would be absolutely awesome. Cool. All right, everyone. Well, let's crack on with the main topic for today. So I just want to start off by asking you all, what is your morning routine? And when I say that, I don't mean like, you know, any gross habits you have first thing in the morning. I mean, when you first wake up, literally, you wake up from an alarm or you wake up naturally, what is the first thing you do? Is there anyone here who the first thing they do is not pick up their phone? Does everyone here pick up their phone? GTA 6 VR is the dream. It ain't happening. Not for a while, I don't think. There's more chance of GTA 5 coming to VR first. DJ Chambers says just off trying the new No Man's Sky. Oh my goodness, maybe I have to jump on this. Popsicle says I'm watching this on my phone, but you didn't just wake up, did you? Mojo says roll back over and go back to sleep. App UK says turn off the alarm clock, check messages, kettle on, get dressed, go to work. I pick up the phone to check the time. See, that's fine. I think that's fine. So, for me, I realise passively I've got into the habit of checking my messages and stuff like that, texts and social media and stuff like that. I need to get out of the habit. So, on a previous episode of Myles Dyer Live, don't know when, it was a while ago, I was talking about the importance of like forward momentum. And by that, I mean that when you wake up, having a checklist of things to do, starting with really small things and building up, is a really good way of dealing with anxiety. Even like the idea of getting out of bed, like, I've got to get out of bed and this is what I've got to do today. Like, I don't want to do that. Or I'm in bed and I feel like I could just lie here forever. As soon as you get up and get going, it can make a massive difference. And so on that episode, it was more about the checklist. And I was talking about that just getting out of bed, making your bed, getting a drink of water, doing these things are like achievements. Not in a massive way, but by doing them and being like, when I wake up, I want to do X, Y, and Z. So like, there have been many times where I'll wake up and I'll come into my office, I'll work for a bit, for a few hours, and then I'll get a shower and get changed once I've done it. It's just the wrong way round of doing it. Because it's usually because I'm sleeping in, because I'm working late because of the US time zone and things like that. And so maybe getting your clothes ready the night before so you've got less friction points in your way. So waking up, it's about just doing the small things, because in your brain you're going, So instead of like waking up and, I've got to do all this work, it's, I've woken up and had a nice drink of water, I've had a shower, done my teeth, got changed, I feel fresh, gone for a walk. All this sort of stuff means that when you then come to face what you need to do with the day, the momentum is like you've already got wind in your sails. And I think it's important. But what I wanted to talk about was, because we've talked about that before, is a bit different, which is the not looking at your phone first thing. And again, I use a sleep app, so I do, it is a part of my alarm, I turn it off, that's absolutely fine. But what I was reading about was the idea that those small things are not just good for forward momentum, they're actually good at preventing you from looking at your phone. Because think about it, when you wake up first thing in the morning, if you just look at your phone and you're scrolling on it, you're going to be what? Seeing messages, you're going to be maybe seeing the news, and the news is all about firing, up worry and fear and concern and anything for engagement. So that you'll be inundated. If you're looking at work messages, it's like you've literally just woken up and already your brain is now thinking about all this shit you've got to do today. Like, you haven't even given yourself a natural time to wake up, and that's just not good for you. And so what the objective should be is, how do you create a buffer? And so creating a buffer is, for me now, I try and get out of bed straight away. Just don't think about it, like, get out. It's going to be 5-10 seconds of discomfort. Even the same when I started taking cold showers, and I need to start doing them again. Cold showers, the thought of it, I don't want to do it. I really don't. And the more I think about that, the less likely I'm going to do it. And that's like what anxiety is. Not engaging with it, it just means you start living in the thought of it, and that can become quite overwhelming. It's even on a more minor scale, like what it's like getting out of bed. Like, I'm so cozy wrapped in my comforter right now. I don't want to get out, because if I'm out, I'm not going to be able to sleep and stay warm and cozy. Just force yourself 10 seconds to get out, because once you're up, you're up. And it's kind of what I said on another live show about, like, just do 2 minutes of something. Don't think about the big picture. Because if you think about the big picture, it's a bigger mountain to climb. If you do just 2 minutes, you end up doing much more. And so I found that has really, really helped me. So yeah, so in the mornings now, it's like I force myself to get out of bed. I get myself a shower. I brush my teeth. I get myself a drink of water. That's good for your metabolism. And then I try and go out for a walk. And going for a walk is really important for the brain, like walking towards sunlight, because your retina, your eyesight is a part of your brain. And so getting sunlight on your retina is an important part of, waking you up. And then by that point, you might start looking at your phone a little bit. But the point is, like, just giving yourself those 15 minutes where you're just giving some time for yourself, mindfulness. It's super powerful than just jumping straight into stuff. Now, I've not mastered this. This is stuff I'm currently trying to work on, but I just wanted to throw it out there. And here what you think of that. Do you have your own routine similar to that? Or are you just like, nah, I'm just diving straight into the phone? I'm gonna have a look at what some of the comments have been as I've been rambling on there. But also, do hit the like button if you haven't already. Appreciate it. Only a quarter of you watching right now have hit the like button. And I know more of you can do it. Appreciate you. Vargosov says, no, I'm totally useless for the first 30 minutes or so after I wake up. Can't even focus my eyes for the first 15. Ryan says, turn off alarm, check for what's been sent in group chats I need to be aware of, check Pokemon Go for gyms. Oh, man. I totally get it. I don't like being woken by alarms, so seldom do that, but I need to check if it's light outside, as if it's dark, I'm definitely sleeping more. Oh, when I need to sleep, I will use blackout blinds, but it's very hard for me to wake up in the morning having the natural sunlight coming through the curtains. Is very, very helpful. But in terms of alarms, and I know I've spoken about this before, this app I've used since 2016, Sleep Cycle, is amazing. And I will mention it. I know I talk about it a lot. But the reason it's good is if you set your alarm for like 8:30, it says there it's going to wake up easy between 8 and 8:30. And the reason it does it, it monitors your movement in bed. So you're saying, my alarm needs to be for 8:30. So a traditional alarm clock, you get to 8:30. I mean, I don't know if anyone does that for an alarm these days anyway. And it's like, wherever you were in your sleep cycle, it's like, I've got to wake up. You know? It's not very good. Whereas with the Sleep Cycle app, and there are other apps as well, if you set it for 8:30, it's going to wake you between 8 a.m. and 8:30. Because a lot of us would go, but surely you want to sleep as close to 8:30 as possible to get all that sleep in. No, it's about the quality of sleep. And so between 8 and 8:30 in that 30 minutes, it waits until you're in light sleep and then it wakes you up. Because it all happened in that 30-minute window. And waking up has never felt so good. I love it. I love it so much. Chaos says, I poop first thing in the morning. Okay, that's good. I love it. It's the picture of the dog. Popsicle says, my cat jumps on my chest and smacks me in the face, so I don't need an alarm. Is it on a particular time, or is it just random every morning? Ryan says, are people in the chat morning or evening shower peoples? I always remember Bernie Sanders, and he's not the first one to come up with this. He was talking about like the difference between workers. He says there are people who, there's a certain like section of society where they shower at the start of the day, and there's a section of society that showers at the end of the day. As in, like, if you're doing hard labouring and all that sort of work, you shower at the end of the day because you're sweaty, you're hot and bothered. Where there are people that would shower at the start of the day because they're going into an office environment and stuff like that, which I thought was interesting. I mean, ideally, you should be sleeping. You should be showering at the start and at the end of the day. I always shower at the start of the day. But then with my Sleep Cycle app, if I shower, like, in the hour before I sleep, I don't sleep as well. Now that might be because of like blood pressure impacted by temperature, so maybe I need to look into that. But yeah, you have to have a routine if you work 9 to 5. Go to bed before 12. Good sleep. I have a radio on in the morning too. Lift my mood. Is that for music or talk radio? You do Red Bull every morning. I have a close family member who drinks Relentless every day, and I'm trying to think at the moment how to talk to him about it, because it's not good, man. The long-term health conditions are going to be so bad. But I don't want to patronise, and I don't know, maybe a topic for another time. When I use a sleep playlist, I download on Spotify, then turn off my Wi-Fi and let it play. Oh yeah, Spotify does that sleep counter now, which is great. Chrome Colossus did a 10 out of 10 pun. What was it? Where was the pun? Or did I read it out and I was unaware of it? I can't read it. Can't see it. I read news too, but that actually helps me stay awake. Yeah, I think, like, you know, checking out the news and stuff is fine. Just, like, all I'm saying is, for 15 minutes, just don't connect to anything outside of your vicinity. Get out of bed, have a shower, go to the bathroom, toilet, brush your teeth, and just that alone just means this is everything. Because I even think about it like, oh, I'd love to put music on first thing, but like, it's like when I go for walks. When I go for walks around the lakes, beautiful, and I've got like lo-fi music on, but then I'm like, why am I doing this? Take it off. Just listen to like the nothingness and just like bathe in it. Shinra and Yoku, forest bathing. I love it, I love it, I love it. Sleep masks. Yeah, I have some pretty like cheap sleep masks. I've seen all these like expensive silk ones, and I'm curious how good they are. Chrome Colossus says, my error is bringing the phone into the bathroom with me. If I leave my phone, I'm done in 5 to 30 minutes, depending. With phone adds an hour. Yep. So yeah, leaving the phone next door. Leave it by your table. Can work really, really well. Don't they say you need 8 hours sleep a night? I get about 6, 7. I mean, obviously, it's a bell curve for people. 8 hours is a good amount, but some people need a bit more. Some people need a bit less. I would say I probably need 6 to 7 hours. And I'm trying to get into a better habit with it all. I plan to leave phone outside of bedroom at night, set phone alarm and have to get up and turn it off, then have a regular alarm clock as backup, but this never panned out. You've reminded me of an old friend of mine when I was staying at theirs. They had an alarm clock, which was, let me find it. It's the, like the robot with wheels. Yeah, this one. The runaway. Oh, Clocky. Here we go. This was it. This is bit. Unless this is another model. These have existed for forever. Clocky. Here we go. Jumps. I wonder how if the novelty would wear off pretty quickly. But pretty cute. How do I remove the... Never oversleep again. He leaps and runs. He will get you up. Wake up. You wake up on time. Yeah, knocks over your glass of water and everything. But there we go. Yeah. I remember seeing it. It's not really... I can't imagine there'd be much room to run away. But again, the sleep cycle thing is better because it's not about the waking up of the timing. It's about waking up at the right moment. Nice. I wash myself with a rag on a stick. That's the way to do it. Yeah, I think it's because I probably like hot showers and that changes, and that's probably not good as well. Caffeine's an interesting one. My general rule is I try not to drink caffeine after 3 p.m. And that's helped me a lot. Red Bull thickens your actual blood. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Would you say the same if I told you drink coffee every morning? In terms of what? Like the Red Bull stuff? No, because like energy drinks, it's not just about the caffeine. It's about the all the other stuff they have in it. And by the way, I'm not telling you to stop doing it. I'm like, you do you. It just reminded me of someone close to me who does the relentless drinks, which are just massive cans. Sunlight is the best. Sunlight is the best. Yeah, I find myself scrolling at night so much, and I need to get out of it. Whoa, I never heard of this. Alarm apps that give you maths questions to turn it off. Alarm clock. Math alarm clock. You stop the annoying alarm sounds from playing by solving different levels of maths problems. Perfect for people who struggle with oversleeping in the morning. The perfect way to wake up. I don't think that's good for you. That can't be good for you. That as soon as you're waking up, what is the problem? That's not good. I'm talking about being mindful. Wake up, have a shower, drink some water, brush your teeth. Not, what is the square root of 522? That's just me, though. Call me old-fashioned. There's a new alarm clock that lowers your hand in a bucket of water. There's not. Oh my God, is there? Oh my God, there's one that's a flying one. Yeah, great. So you've got to chase a... What are the reviews? 1 rating. Yeah, no shit. Unbelievable. I love all these alarm clocks we're seeing. Bill's Mafia for Life says, I'm up early every morning, wake up before the alarm. So... when it comes to sleep cycles, people often think it's about like the time that you go to sleep, but it really is about when you wake up, because you'll find that you can go to bed at different times and you always tend to wake up at the same time. I'm a nighttime shower and I can't go to bed dirty. I mean, it's very important to go to bed clean. That alarm clock would piss me off until I broke it. Yeah. I think a lot of us feel that. I went shopping for a new alarm clock a few years back and noticed they all have massive snooze buttons these days. And on some, I could even spot the stop button. Kept my old one. I do like the idea of getting an alarm clock so you're not using your phone, but if I had a device that monitored it, I mean, my Apple Watch kind of does it, but yeah. Let's have a look. So I'm just reading all the comments. Yeah, that flying one looks safe, right? That would see the end of my baseball bat. I mean, that would definitely wake you up. Right? Oh my God. I don't know if I should mention this story. I was, this is many years ago. I'm talking like 15 years ago. I was staying at my parents' place and they had the alarm set downstairs. Because you have it on like either throughout the entire house or at night. You could just set it for downstairs. And I was staying over and I went downstairs for a drink of water. And I set the alarm off. Jesus Christ, it scared the hell out of me. As you can imagine, I'm like just down there like, 2 in the morning, like, can I get a drink of water? Yeah. And then it's just like the alarms are going off. And my dad starts running down the stairs with a baseball bat. And I was like, Dad, it's me. It's me. I was like, and you got a baseball bat, I see. Jesus Christ, man. Looper says, a 2008 review found no documented reports of negative or positive health effects associated with the amount of taurine. Oh yeah, taurine exists in energy drinks. Yeah. Death by wood. Oh my God. Yeah, that's good. I will get my dad on the show at some point and you can ask him questions about it. So I'm curious to know, what do you think is the most you could go without looking at your phone first thing in the morning? I think 15 minutes is a good number to go for. 30 minutes? I couldn't do 30 minutes because even if I go for a walk, I start using my phone because when I go for walks, I play Pokemon Go. I mean, I could just use this, but I mean, having a quick look at the phone and then putting it away, I suppose. But then I'd have to have my Pokemon Go thing on auto catching. By the way, for those that have no idea what I'm talking about, in Pokemon Go, you got to catch pocket monsters. But you have this device, so you don't have to use your phone app to catch them, because it's a location-based game. You're walking around and catching Pokemon. And this, it bleeps, and you press it to catch Pokemon. But you can have it on auto. Because I feel like it buzzing and you keep pressing it, that's kind of taking you out of the mindfulness, and it's more about like Pavlovian conditioning. Whereas I feel like just having it hanging and auto catching, maybe that could work. Maybe that could be a part of it. I don't think it's going to happen, though. I don't think it's going to happen. I could try. So, in terms of things to do when you first wake up, hydrate. Water, it's good for your metabolism. As I think Callie Timecat said in the chat, you know, you've just done 7-8 hours without any liquid, so that's important. So hydrate first thing, then shower and brush your teeth, basic resets before screen time, then do some light movement and stretching, maybe some quick journaling or setting intentions, and just letting your mind wander. Yeah. And that's why I keep going back to like just doing a little bit has a big impact, because 15 minutes is achievable by anyone. I mean, 15 minutes is how long it would take for you to get out of bed, drink some water, brush your teeth, have a shower, dry off, and get changed and make your bed. That's 15 minutes. So it's less about the time and more about like the sequence of things that you do leading up to it. And the most important thing with all this, it's not about being perfect. It's about being intentional. And that means that if you have a day where you mess up, you don't quite do it, or you look at your phone, you know, you're like, oh, just looking. Oh, no, I was supposed to do 15 minutes. Always tomorrow. So, yeah. What are some morning habits you see other people do that you're jealous of? For me, it's those that can go for a run. I am terrible at running. I do want to start going to the gym. I need to sort it out in September. But, yeah. No phone for the whole day. The longest I've gone without my phone was 8 months. Had a debt to pay. Calls, texts, etc. Got cut off, so I couldn't do anything. It was weird and very stressful because socials, but for emergencies. Well, yeah, that does sound pretty bad. But also, like, not looking at your screen for like an hour before sleep, I find that difficult as well. Like, reading books and stuff is great, but I'm always looking at screens until just before sleep. So, yeah. All right. Well, everyone, we're there, I think. Callie says, letting your mind wander. I woke at 9:33 this morning and there was a severe shower outside. Not the bathroom shower. Real squally it was. Most of the day was sunny, but it started. Yeah, it was hammering it down earlier. Weirdly, this morning I woke up, went on. I thought you were about to say you woke up in PSVR 2. That'd be crazy. Just open your eyes and you're in like Madison VR. I wouldn't know what that's like. Weirdly, this morning I woke up, went on PSVR 2 and loaded up a concert on YouTube and just sat on my bed and vibed. That's cool. I think that's cool. All right. Okay, everyone. Well, I think it's time for us to wrap things up. So, what's going on? I just pressed vitamin G, and vitamin G did not appear. Right, let me fix this. There we go. I think someone fell asleep on Skyrim on PSVR 1. Oh my goodness. This is the time where we take a moment to think about what we're grateful for. Vitamin G, so important. And actually, I mean, vitamin G is something I associate with the end of the day, but there's no reason why it can't be a part of the start of your day. You wake up, have a shower, have water. And I always talk about when it comes to mindfulness, and I say this as someone who's not done this for a while, and I could do it again, is grabbing a glass and just thinking about the sensation in your hand, like feeling about the contact, the coolness of the glass, and just like that mindfulness. And then once you start thinking about that, you can then start thinking outwards about what you're grateful for. And that could be a great start to the morning. The reason I haven't mentioned about drinking caffeine is I try and go an hour to 90 minutes before I have my first tea, because I find that helps me out a lot. But yeah. So for me and what I'm grateful for, I am grateful to live in a time of great technology. A couple of nights ago, I booked some last-minute flights. I'm going to Romania for a few days because I got an opportunity to do so, and I don't take enough time off, and so I'm doing it. I'm very excited. I've also booked 2 hotels basically. Like I booked a hotel for the full, like the main stay, but then for the last night I've booked like a really, really fancy hotel just for one night, which I'm kind of looking forward to. I'm quite anxious at the moment, but I'm always like that, just like, oh, can I step away and stuff? Or, you know, all I want to do right now is just wrap up in a ball and, you know, stay in bed. But I can stay in bed in another country away from my desk and stuff like that, so I'm very, very much looking forward to all of that. Jubesy says, I did my first sunrise hike in the mountains and my bud and I came across a guy sprinting the mountains up at like 5 a.m, full out running in Rocky Mountains. He's got morning figured out. Monster legs. That's incredible. Incredible. Vitamin G, Chris says, my mentor. That's awesome. Callie says, the anticipation for the Quest for Empathy t-shirt. I do need to check in with that on Discord to make sure I've sent you the links. If not, I apologise and I'll sort that out. I know, Ryan, you've got yours. Yeah, we'll sort that out afterwards. A vitamin G for the last week's 200th show anyway. But at the moment, I'm grateful for so much. That's awesome. OJ says, my vitamin G is a weird one. It's for having my own room for when I want to shut the world out and just either stew my own mental issues or escape from the world into a film, book, anime, etc. and switch off. That's not weird. Having personal space is very, very important. Silvernex says, I'm very grateful for the ability to connect to others far away from me. Yeah, it's awesome. Technology is great. Didn't I go to Romania last year? Yeah, this will be my 3rd time going. Like, I just love it. The food is amazing. And the people are great. It feels safe. It's the first time I'm going and actually going to stay in a hotel, so that should feel different. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've always wanted to ask why you keep saying, been a while with Brian. Yeah, I don't know why. Don't know why it happens. It's just weird. Just some weird coincidence, really. King Rilo says, Vitamin G not making rude noises in yoga class earlier. I mean, you're grateful for other people not making rude noises. Yeah. Chaos says, I'm grateful for bicycles. And yes, it is. It's referenced from a song, a Stain song. What's the Stain song called? It's called It's Been a While. Yeah. I actually saw a really funny meme online where someone's at the door and they're like, it's been a while, and like it goes into their head and they just hear the song again and again and they try not to say it. Leaf says, I suppose they have some Romanian roots, but never been. Go to Bucharest, go to the old town. It's just great. Like, it's just, and maybe there's other places that I would definitely love more, but for me, it's just my reset for sure. But yeah. Cool. All right, everyone. I want to say a massive thank you for tuning in. Sorry for starting a bit late today, but it's just been a bit of a mad one. But I appreciate you all. And yeah, I am looking forward to getting some well-needed rest. And yeah, we will pick things up later. So much love to all of you. Take good care of yourselves. Love, respect, empathy, and adios. Till next time. Bye-bye.
Chasing sunsets all alone. The darkness faded, painting goodbye big sky. Far away but dreaming of your ocean eyes.
I have started taking, is it prebiotics? Biotics. I've started taking biotics. It's not, you got probiotics and prebiotics. Oh, they are probiotics. And I'm feeling amazing for it. Incredible. Anyway, I just wanted to say that. We should maybe do a talk sometime about like supplements. Do people take any supplements and stuff? There's 2 that I take. They're both from Heights, and it's made a massive difference. But I'm just curious what everyone else takes. And no, cocaine is not a supplement. I mean, it depends who you ask, but yeah. Cool. Have new TV series probiotic name. Yeah. All right, everyone. Much love to you all. Thanks for tuning in. Do hit the like button before you leave. It's just a nice little tip jar at the end. Just a nice little give a thumbs up. Appreciate it. Love you all. Catch you next time. Bye-bye.